From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Old stories, living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the back says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the hope. Hands up high, voice up loud. Same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Blue till the end, blue till the end. Loyalty stay, even through the storm.
From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the back badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the home. Hands up high, voice up loud. Same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Yeah. Ooh. Blue till the end, blue till the end. Loyalty stays even through the storm. From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the home. Hands up From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the home. Hands up high, voice up loud. Same old pride, same crowd.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another edition of the Chelsea News Roundup Show. I do hope you're all doing well. We don't have a lot to talk about today, but we'll talk about the Bosnian Begovic. We'll talk about Maxence Lacroix again. And we'll talk about Morgan Rogers rejecting Arsenal one more time because they're still bitter. And then we'll talk about Benoit Badeshile, Axel de Sassi, Trevor Chalobah, and anything interesting. Basically, it will be a free-form show today. So as usual, we will go news hunting, and if we see anything that's of interest to us, then we take our time to talk about it. And you know how we operate here because we keep it interactive because it's about you. It's about the panelists. Chances are we will talk a lot about the small items we have lined up to talk about. So sit back, relax, follow me, and let's get into it. Without wasting much of your time, as usual, the first thing we'll do here is say hello to those of you in the chat. There aren't too many people there already now, but that's fine. We roll as we are, and hopefully I'll get one, two, or three more panelists to join me so that you can get diversified opinion and not listen to I alone waffle. Mr. Midfielder is Alex Scott. That's according to Kinetic, how do you say, Kinetic Chelsea. I don't know what you're referencing there. But this, by the way, the Mod Miner says, we need just one more like. Can you be our hero? Smash that like button and help us garner more likes. And this says Dominic 9410 says, why the Sassi Tosin Badeshile Guy are still here and not hearing any team chasing them. Yeah, there you go. The latter part of your comment there answers your question. You can't sell a player because you want to sell them. If there aren't interested parties or clubs, interested suitors, if there aren't suitors for those players in question, you're stuck with them. And it wasn't like they killed it last season that you say, yeah, clubs will be too eager to follow to sign them. Yep. So, but thank you for that. And Akman Solomon, thank you for joining the show. I hope you've dropped a like on the video already. If you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel. Give me 1 second, please. All right, I have to apologize once again. It's usually very, very difficult for me to host shows at this time because my kiddos are at home, and you can't tell them to shut it, and they will because yeah, they're kids and always talk. Let's see. Big up to you too. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation this particular evening. 1 second, 1 second. I gotta handle this. Right, I think we'll be all right now. Hopefully, they can be helpful. I can't force them to shut it. I have to be paying attention to them at the same time. That's why they're kiddos. Big up to you too, Jojo. Always nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Jojo says, I believe you are on mute. I was, yeah, I had to. I had to go. Can you hear me now? I had to mute it because, yeah, I'm with the kiddos alone at home. Their mom is not here and my in-laws are here, so very difficult. So, all right, without wasting much of your time, we'll go news hunting. And as promised, it will, I think, as explained at the start of the show, it will be a free-form show, not structured. So we'll go news hunting, and if we find anything interesting that concerns our beloved club, we will take our time to address them, okay? But thank you once again, and if you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. All right, it's important that I switch to the presentation window here. Give me a second so you can see whatever I am reading. Okay, this guy right here. All right, this is Nico Shira. I hope that's how you pronounce his last name. He says Kerim Alajbegovic, the Bosnian Begovic. I just want to. I think I prefer keeping it saying the Bosnian Begovic has agreed personal terms for a contract until 2033 with Chelsea, which are now ready to close the deal. Okay, okay, which means Chelsea are now ready to close the deal from Bayer Leverkusen for 42 million euros, bonuses included. Okay, I'm not sure. There aren't too many reports. That usually when you get multiple reports from some of the most trusted sources on X, then you know whether to believe it or not. But at this point, it's just from Shira, Nico Shira. Shira also reputable to some extent, I must say, respectable. I can't speak this evening. Sorry about that. So, but still, I'm not sure whether to believe we've reached on personal terms. Yes, but when he said, let me read that again. Let me look at it. The latter part, which reads, says Chelsea, which are now ready to close the deal. I'm not sure, but because I heard that we've already put in our initial bid and it was rejected. So I'm not sure what to make of that. But if you ask me, I'd say, yeah, I'm hopeful that we can get the deal across the line, given the influence, I must say, of our manager, Xabi Alonso, who gave him his debut at Bayer Leverkusen. So I think he'd be willing, more open to working with Xabi Alonso again than going to Italian clubs where he's not guaranteed to be playing, because chances are They don't know him as much as Alonso knows him. I'm not sure how else to justify that argument of mine, which for me, doesn't make any sense that much. But I think it's simple. It's logical to believe that we do have some advantage over other clubs that are interested in signing Kerim. So I hope we get the deal across the line because I like the Keto is really really good. And if the manager is the reason that we're pursuing his signature, let's get it done for him. All right. We continue news hunting. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. We haven't forgotten. We did promise you a custom Chelsea kit giveaway. You get your name on the back, or if you prefer the cash equivalent, you'd get that too. But the idea is to wait until our community members know that we started streaming consistently, so that one of our OGs in the house, we get the opportunity. All our OGs, I must say, we get the opportunity to win that prize. Okay. All right, we move. We go news hunting still. Let's see. Is this ready? Yeah, it is ready. Why is it still spinning? All right. First item. This is Vince retweeted somebody's opinion. I must say, Kola Ole Idou's opinion. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're not taking prisoners this time, really. But it looks like an interesting opinion, so I might read it. And he actually follows me, and I haven't followed back. So he's following me, so I followed him back. So he reads a Premier League set piece impacts 2025-2026 season comparison based on widely reported league set piece goals. One thing that Europe's elite clubs have in common is that they invest in specialists. Yeah, and we're doing that quite a lot. Arsenal have Nicholas, is it Jova or Jova? I'm not sure how you pronounce that, whose work transformed them into one of the Premier League's most dangerous teams from corners and free kicks. There's a lot of cheating, in my opinion. Aston Villa have Austin McPhee, who'll be joining us. Another highly, I don't know whether his last name is pronounced McPhee or McPhee, but let's just go McPhee. Usually sounds more like the more accurate way to pronounce it. Another highly respected set piece coach whose attention to detail helped make Villa one of England's strongest dead ball teams. Chelsea moving for McPhee isn't just another coaching appointment. It's a statement that the club wants to improve every fine detail. In modern football, a well-worked corner kick or free kick can be the difference between finishing second and winning the title. And the last paragraph reads, sometimes the smartest signing of the summer isn't the player, it is the coach nobody talks about. And in our case, that stands to I'd say, what's his name? Dave Fallows, then Xabi Alonso. And you could say things have been better ever since. And that's my opinion. But I'm happy to let you know that we have our senior panelists on the panel with me in a Bobby Smoky Signal. Bobby, big up to you. How are you doing? I do hope you are doing well.
Yeah, big up, coach. Yeah, it's interesting times, very interesting times.
Indeed.
You know, because of, and not only because of, Chelsea and the new managers in town now, and some of the money being spent.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that this next season's Premier League is going to be won through the transfer market. The squads planning, the setup of the top clubs is going to
Mm-hmm.
determine who walks away with the prizes. I really believe that Chelsea must be very careful. This is a massive, massive, massive summer for us. I understand some sort of agreement has been reached with Arsenal and Vinny Jr. Whatever one may think, even if one may look at him as a disruptive element, he's still an exceptional player coming into a very, very rugged and rigid Premier League proven side. So he will only improve them even further. We've kind of responded to it because for me, I think a Morgan Rogers up and running, flying, and improving is probably going to be almost an equivalent to having a Jude Bellingham in your side. However, a tree doesn't make a forest. We must make sure that this Chelsea squad going into the new season is hyper robust. Yeah, I know we need to sell and that, and so far we're doing the right things. The more I see this Kerim Alajbegovic kid, the more I like the idea. But that's not enough. We need to, if Arsenal move for this guy, then
Mhm.
I, if it's
Mhm.
possible to get Gimares, I think we should try and do that. If not, continue to scour for that midfielder, that bomber that Fabrizio is talking about. But we must be ready. We must have a squad that can respond to any of these things because Liverpool, City, Arsenal, even Tottenham, their squads are looking more than ready. And we have to be extra more than ready because this is a vital season for us.
Um, Listen, I'm not too concerned about what Arsenal, what they're doing or not. I think for me, Vinicius, for me, even if they sign him, I don't think they'll come close to even winning the title, the 26-27 season title, honestly. They were lucky last season, in my opinion. A lot of the teams that usually give them, you could say, slug it out with them, weren't there. One you could say had one issue or the other. So for me, if they like, they can break the bank inside Vinicius, which I think at this point it's not going to happen. And I've heard Mourinho saying they're not letting him go this particular window. And there are also parody accounts out there pretending to be David Onsen saying that Arsenal they've agreed personal terms with Vinicius Junior. But if you check the handle, you see it's David Onsen spelled with an E at the end. So I'm not concerned. But that's, by the way, I'm happy what we've done so far, and I'm hopeful we'll do a lot more to ensure that we're ready to compete at the highest level, which I believe will be the case. And
Yeah,
as
I
I've
mean,
said before,
I
mhm,
like what you're saying. I can't
mhm,
argue too much against it. But I guess my message is that we make sure that we are ready. No
yeah.
half-baked measures, no incapable recruitment. Our players must be top players,
Mhm.
just like Chelsea have always had, and then we're in for a chance.
Yeah. I believe we're doing that, and long may that continue. There's still a long way to go. Let's not do it in a rush. And the signings we've made so far are all excellent signings, strategic moves. We're not signing players because we can. We're signing players that are
But you do
solving the
realize that
issues
the
with.
transfer window has about what 5 weeks.
Yeah,
So
that's still enough for me. We're signing players that are solving issues that have plagued us for a while now, seasons actually. Not if I say a while, to some it might be like a few months or so. Issues that have plagued us for seasons, of lack of height, lack of enough physicality in the squad. But we're solving that right now. Big up to you to that truth. Always nice to see you. Big up, Bobby, and everyone in the chat. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation once again. And if you're in the chat, if you haven't, please second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if
pick
you
up guys,
haven't.
pick up the truth.
Thank you, Kevin Hart. Nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation once again. I can't complain. Yeah, your device helped you spell my name and butchered it. So what does that tell you? Smart devices and that and are not that smart after all. But that's by the way. And for those of you in the chat, if you don't know, Mod Mana is an AI, but very smart one. Knows a lot about Chelsea FC. It's not perfect yet. We're still working on it. It can get the name of our current manager wrong, but he understands football more than a lot of people. Yeah, you can ask it questions, he will respond. It can come across as fighty or insulting sometimes, but yeah, we let it have some, you could say, character so that it's human-like. Yep, but you can ask Modman questions and he will respond. Okay, and that way we'll learn what to try to fix and know what's working. So, Bobby, I don't know. You want to speak? Do you want to speak specifically about how we moved Cueva and hired Aston Villa's set piece coach? Which we did talk about it, not at length anyway, a few days ago, where I think I and Jay, we both said he was, fired in the most respectful way by giving him another job. Some are saying that wasn't the case. I said no, it is definitely. If somebody is hired to take your place, it simply means that your employer believes that that person can do your job better than you. So, but whether he was fired or not shouldn't be, the center of the conversation right now. The most important thing is that we're upgrading in every department. And I heard a member of Sevilla's coaching staff, joined us also. So we're making changes for the better, in my opinion. But I don't know if you have anything to add to that. Otherwise, we go continue news hunting.
Yeah, I mean, we are so far so good, I'll say. There are some things to complete, but you're right. It takes time. Um, Everybody's still waiting for the official Chelsea announcement
Lacroix.
of Lacroix. I think that's going to be
Mon
big
ami Lacroix.
to encourage the fan base. But yeah, I mean, there's still now a need to focus on the midfield, as discussed, the left back, and now a striker. The striker issue should not be ignored. I know um, Alonso is using the preseason games to look at what he's got in terms of the depth. It's going to be very important for Delap if he wants to stay, but the striker situation might be one we need to visit. It seems very much as if Omega is a injury-prone guy, which is a bit of a concern. So, Delap, this is your chance. If you want it, you have to show us that you do, and I think he will. I can't see Alonso as being the kind of guy that would be afraid of trusting someone if they prove themselves in training.
Did you see the report that Emera, I think, will be a fine before the season starts? So, which
If he's
means
going to be fine before the season starts, then he didn't do his hamstring.
no, then definitely was an hamstring, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there's no way he could be ready by in the season starts on the 21st of August, which is
Yeah.
what,
So
yeah,
which means
about
his case
3-4 weeks away.
mhm.
That's not a hamstring injury, if that's
Definitely
true.
isn't. Yeah, I agree with you now. It does make sense, but that tells us that the severity of the injury was never something to be that worried about as we were on the show on that day, because what was
And
flying around on X was that
and if
yeah, he
he's not
suffered a
been
hamstring
training,
injury. Sorry.
that means he's missed his preseason. So we're back to square one with having someone trying to catch up with preseason and probably won't be ready till October, November, maybe even December.
We'll see. In the case of Kenda, they said it's nothing serious. I think you could say leaving him at home just a precautionary thing. A big up, guys. Marlon Hughes, Ibrahima Rabic is training with the first team. That kid that looks like Messi, right? I like him a lot. Maybe he gets a chance because we haven't heard anything that suggests we're looking to send him out on loan. He's such a skillful kid and scored tons of goals at a very young age. Didn't he sign a new contract? Has he signed a professional contract yet? Or am I mixing things up? But I really like Ibrahim. I think Ibrahim Rabat something, the last name. I don't think that's the last name there. For me, if we can get
Yeah, and
Karim,
let me check if
mhm.
I don't know if he traveled with them.
You know the kid. You know the kid I'm referencing, right?
I think, yeah, I do, of course.
Yeah, really, really good player. We shouldn't lose that kid. But yeah, for me, if we can get the Bosnian Begovic, I call him Alajbegovic, if we can get him, he will be a good signing. Excuse me.
No, I'm
At
I'm
least,
very interested in that kid. I've
yeah,
although I've only seen clips, but sometimes it's enough. You just get a
yeah,
sense of a
he's a good
player,
player.
and he's a
Hmm.
player.
And you know, Alonso, he likes to bring build. You can say drill his teams to score goals from outside the box. They don't wait. It doesn't have to be. They don't have to be inside the 6 yard box before they score. They score a lot, tons of goals from outside the box. And the Bosnian Begovic, Alajbegovic, he scores a lot. Left foot, right foot, and he can also create spaces for himself. Go ahead. You were saying something. I apologize for cutting you off.
No, I said what I was going to say.
Yeah. So for Artman, who says he wants us to sign him, let me read this. According to Nicola Shira, he says Kerim Alajbegovic has agreed personal terms for a contract until 2033 with Chelsea, which are now ready. Okay, I'm guessing punctuation there makes it a bit difficult for me to comprehend what he's trying to say, but I get it. He said Chelsea, that which represents Chelsea right now, which are now ready to close the deal from Bayer Leverkusen for 42 million euros, bonuses included. So it's believable. And now today, early today, yeah. So 10:44 for 1 a.m. my time. So listen, his relationship with Xabi Alonso gives me hope that yeah, we can actually close that deal, and I really like him. We'll mix it up a bit, but as small as he comes across, he can be physical too. You can muscle him off the ball easily. So Rock Nation, that's Jay-Z's company, will not get involved in sponsoring Arsenal as they have had a strategic partnership with Chelsea in place since May. Okay, I'm guessing May of 2026. Look at the question here. I responded to this. This is very funny. Who is the set piece king? Austin McPhee or Nicholas Yova? I say Austin McPhee for not maybe that the Chelsea fan in me isn't letting me be objective in this case, but another reason would be Arsenal's approach, basically wrestling, strangling people, kicking people. So I'd say, yeah, for Nicholas Yova, he's a wrestling coach. He's not really a set piece coach, in my opinion. That's the reason why maybe two factors that have made it difficult for me to really appreciate him as a good set piece coach. But that's my opinion, and yeah, strictly an opinion anyway. And I haven't looked at numbers to actually try to be objective with regards to which of the two set piece coaches is better than the other. But we have our bro, Jay. Jay's on the panel here. Jay, big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Where do you want to come in? We've talked about the Bosnian Begovic, Nikola Shira suggesting we've agreed personal terms with him, and we're now pushing to agree terms for club to club terms. I'm not sure. You want to come in there? Or are you good? Not of interest to you? But more importantly, Jay, I do hope you're doing well. All right. Looks like Jay is still setting up. His mic is still okay. There you go. There you go, Jay. Big up. Where do you want to come in, or should I move on until you see something more interesting to you?
Big up, Bobby. Big up, Coach. Big up,
Big up
everyone
to
in the
you.
chat. Yeah, you can move on. You can move on.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, big up, Jay.
All right, Philip Jorgensen. That's in Cobham. That's at Cobham. That's not in Australia, right? All right. He's still there. Hasn't gone anywhere. A lot going on in this graphics. I like it simplified, so I'm not sure what to read there. Let's see. Yeah, so Jesse Derry, he scored for Spartan CP. I'm guessing in a friendly. One and the X was blowing up. He scored a beautiful goal. I did see the clip, so it looks like he's going to be playing a lot for them. But I don't. I'm not sure. It's just preseason. A lot of people get to play during preseason because yeah, once the season starts proper, it becomes a different ball game altogether. But that doesn't guarantee he plays week in week out. There's a chance he plays. I don't know. Anybody want to speak on that? Right. No,
No,
nothing's.
it's
Go
not
ahead.
worth. People are making a lot of fuss about it. It's preseason. I mean, it's like it's a training game.
Yeah, I think I said yeah because yeah, a lot of people play during preseason, and that don't necessarily mean that they get to play week in week out during the season proper. And I like this. Malayu says the Bosnian Begovic plays like Kava. A bit some similarities in the way the way they drive with the ball and their ability to cut in from the left or right and shoot. Let me just simplify that: their ability to create a space for themselves and then shoot. Maybe, but yeah, possibly. I'm not sure what else to say. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you. Big up to you to the truth. All right, Jay, you were gonna say something.
No, I'm just saying that he's quite a talented guy. Everyone knows it. Highly rated by in the academy, and also
Mhm.
he's given chances last year by the first team as well, and we saw glimpses of how he has that
Until
talent
that nasty head
within.
on.
Exactly, even that willingness to do and gives you 100% on the pitch at such a
Mhm.
young age. He's quite mature as well. But the little fineness and details of the game that will come with his development. But yeah, as Bobby said, it's just a preseason. More, I will be eager to look how he performs throughout the season.
Yeah, and a question from Andrew Phillips. Bobby, I'm going to read this for you to address it. I'll try to answer it the best I can. He says, "What will be of Jesse Derry if he has a wonderful season for Spot CP?" And that's from Andrew Phillips. Andrew, big up, nice to see you once again. You're an OG, you've become an OG here. If he has an excellent season, if there's no space, if at the time, if at the end of the season, the you say we cannot accommodate him, I think he'd be open to playing one more season there if he played enough. That yeah, which yeah, in fact, if he has an excellent season, that definitely reflects the fact that he played a lot, continued developing, and become even better. So if there won't be space for him at Chelsea, I think would advise him to spend one more season there. But if he's so exceptional that we can risk leaving him there because they can turn his head and then push to sign him on a permanent. If we like him that much, we can make space for him. It's really that simple. And that's just me. But let's hear what Bobby has to say about that.
Who the Alajbegovic?
No. He's asking, let me read that for you, Bobby.
Yeah.
Uh, Andrew Phillips says, what if JC Derry, if he has a wonderful season at Spotting CP? What the only part that he didn't say is what happens to him? What do we do with him?
Well, if he depends how he performs. If he performs well enough to catch the eye and proves that the following season he can compete for his place in the first team, either starting or in the squad, then so be it. We only want the best at the Chelsea in the Chelsea team,
Mhm.
only the best, and it's highly competitive. So if he proves his worth, he gets in the team. It's really that simple. If he doesn't, he won't.
I agree with you. I do agree. The truth says the way Kerim, the Bosnian Begovic, stalled his move to Atalanta as soon as we showed interest only shows that he will be coming to Chelsea. Only a matter of time, it seems. I agree with you. I heard the moment Xavi called, yeah, everything, yeah, he stalled. Yep. I agree with you. So that it makes sense. That's a logical opinion there. I would send him on loan to Coventry. On for Frank Lampard, that's Frank's club, right? I mean, it's not a matter of you wanting to send him there. They'd have to want. That is, if they want him, yeah, then it works out. I'd leave him at Sporting. If he does well there, and they're still open to keeping him, I'd keep him. I'd tell him to spend one more season there, and let's see how it goes. Um, yeah, but that's by the way. What else do we have here? The next one, he scored his first goal for Sporting Lisbon against Monaco in a friendly. Okay, David Austin has been insane this summer. Okay, I don't want to help read that one. This kit, I really like it, and I'm gonna buy one. It's very, very simple, nothing too, overcomplicated on it. The stripes, straightforward, it's just with red stripes, and the classic crest. I really like it. Jay, have you seen it? Do you like it? A lot of people like it, not but only a few that I've seen that don't like it.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's quite different, unique as well, quite classy as well. And
Hmm.
I don't know, it gives a vibe that it is not only limited to football, quite sporty, and gives me a bit of baseball vibe as well. And it will look really good on, casual wears outside. You can wear it on chinos and jeans, and it will really look good. It's one of
I
those
feel
stuff
like I
that you
could go to
can give.
church with it.
Obviously, you will.
You
You
just
just you
laughed.
just laugh.
Like, okay, like he's a saint, right? Go ahead, Jay. Okay. Looks like Jay's done speaking. So, Jordi Morris. I don't like to hear from him these days. Looks like at some point he started sounding as if he turned against the club. Jordi Morris says Anderson Fernandez is one of the few who would get past marks last year for Chelsea. There weren't many at all. If people don't want to be at Chelsea, I would rather they go regardless of how they performed or how much you like the player. If the manager wants him to stay and we can reach an agreement, but I don't want him being part of the captainship hierarchy. I don't want that again. I think he overdid it. He didn't just talk for Real Madrid. He he, he pole danced for them, and that's my opinion. The truth says now that Pep left the Premier League, which coach do you guys think? Do you guys think will dominate the league for the upcoming years, or is the league going to be open every year? Jay, let me start. I'll leave that one up to you.
I've talked about this earlier as well, that it's quite open, very, very open. I think this is the most open the league has been, and the title have been up for grab for everyone. Obviously, one of those top top five clubs. Uh, and yeah, Pep leaving created a big void, and it was always predicted that whenever he will leave the club, Pep, that will be the time for everyone or anyone with a serious desire to attack that Prem trophy and build a legacy. At this point, it's almost open to everyone. Now, I can't be hypocrite and say that there is not a single team in advantage. Obviously, Arsenal would be the team who is slightly ahead of everyone else. You got that mentality. They have tasted you know, uh, the winning taste as well, and they are the previous champions, and their team looks good as well. So now that Pep is not there, the obvious answer, if you'd ask me, is Arteta and Arsenal, that they would be slightly ahead than anyone else. But then again, you can also say that the last season was a total collapse in terms of the big clubs' performances. A lot of them really failed, and that is why Arsenal
I feel the same too.
got the
The club, the usual top six clubs, when had one issue. Each of them had one issue or the other, leading to them not really pushing Arsenal as usual.
exactly. And even Manchester City, we have seen this for the past 10 years, 8, 10 years that at the end of the season, the last 1.5 months, they go brutal. They win almost everything. They have one of the best records in the last 2 months, and that is why they won the title so many times. I think the last year was the first time where they were the most inconsistent on the last 1 month, and that is why Arsenal got the chance. Otherwise, if we all remember, there was a really, really strong chance that Arsenal almost bottled it, and it was City who could not grab on it. So I would say again that yeah, Arsenal has a bit of mentality-wise, a bit advantage. But then again, with good football and good overall team, I think it's open to anyone. And we've got some really, really exciting coaches, all in the bracket of 40 to 50 years of age. So very young and exciting coaches. And I think it won't be that straightforward for Arsenal at all. And we have a chance just on the fact that we have got a good coach and we are building a decent squad. And obviously the big factor that is no European football, one game a week. Sometimes we have to play just one game in 10 days. So that is also a good advantage because Alonso has the time to prepare and, try and implement his tactics in all those 3 days, while others will be busy and tired with the European football. So it's a chance for everyone. So it will be open to anyone. But if you want one answer, then obviously at this point, Arsenal are a bit ahead.
What would you say happened to City last season? They didn't make that many changes, did they? Although they
They
made,
actually
they
no.
made, you could say, a few changes for two consecutive seasons. But
Exactly.
they didn't
Well,
make a lot of changes last season, did they? Except if I want, if I did I was I living under the rock or so? I'm not sure. For
I
Liverpool,
mean, they.
In Liverpool's case, they made a lot
Yeah.
of changes, which we knew at the time will be a lot of issues. When some people were saying if they sign, what's his name from Newcastle United, it's over, they were going to win the league. But we knew at the time that they made too many changes. They would be busy becoming a team again, like becoming a unit again. But at some point they would click. I think they did click towards the end of the season or so. But that's by the way. In City's case, what would you say happened to them?
Again, maybe number wise, you're right. They did not make that many changes. Obviously, there was definitely a change, but in terms of the personnels that they replaced, they were moving on from some very very big characters. KDB was gone. There was a tired and not in his prime Bernardo Silva. They left. They moved on from the really good goalkeeper Edison, I think. So he was one of the really core, building from the back kind of engine for them. So he was gone as well. And so you are replacing quite big personality, and that is always going to be a problem. It was a transition for them as well. Then even Mahrez, if you want to, add him again, youngsters, they are in a transition phase as well. So it was always going to be a bit hectic for them. And then we all know that they had to spend so much in that January transfer window, uh, and hence why they got a slight chance of coming back in the title race. Otherwise, they were. I don't think it would have been close at all if they did not invest in the January transfer window, where they got Mark Dewey from Crystal Palace as well. So they are a team in transition. Maybe not in terms of numbers, but the personality and the big players that they have lost, I think that was always going to affect them.
I agree. Maybe they didn't handle the losses very well. They weren't strategic with their signings, in my opinion. But yeah, in Liverpool's case, I think the issues were very, very obvious. No secret if you understand football. Understand that yeah, you can't just change that many players and expect to click immediately. It takes time. Bobby, do you want to come in? Where or not of interest to you?
Yeah. I personally think Liverpool are going to be very dangerous this coming
I
season.
agree. Hmm.
They have had, they will have settled a bit more. The reason City did have problems, they had a new goalkeeper come in and one or two new players along the spine, including people like, got the name of, is it a Moroccan or is it
Mamouche,
Dutch?
Omar.
Mamouche and all. those sort of players.
Then the Brazilian winger. There are a few of them.
Yeah, I mean, so they made some changes, and their style was getting a bit stale. Everybody knew it. So you see, that's the thing with the Premier League. If you don't reinvent yourself, you will get found out, and they were getting found out. That's why Pep decided to go extra physical down the spine, with height and physicality to match Rodri, Donnarumma, and Haaland. So they will be okay. They've got Maresca, but the team itself is going to be settled. So it should be quite competitive. I think Spurs are doing good business. Their manager is no stranger to the Premier League. We'll see a lot of them in the pre-season in Australia. So I think it's going to be a little bit more competitive this season. But you can't take away from Arsenal. They are a well organized team. I don't buy this idea that they're this great team at set pieces. No, I don't think so. They just relied upon people who could do long throws, and they fouled the other team in the box. I would be surprised if Premier
And like
League.
we said last season, the Premier League allowed the laws of the game to adapt to how Arsenal wanted to play rather than the other way around.
I'll be surprised if they let
Yeah,
that
the
happen
rules. Yeah.
again. If they do, then I think there's a lot to be answered for.
Yeah, I agree with you. The truth, that's an excellent contribution right there. And you deserve flowers. You deserve fireworks there, but next time I'll do it for you, I promise. Are you hearing that crap about Vinny? I heard it. David Onston did report, the original David Onston did report that Arsenal inquired. Then there's a part of the account, or maybe was that, yeah, it was that part of the accounts popped up saying Arsenal already agreed personal terms with them. I think they might be able to pull it off, but I don't think it's a signing that would make sense. In my opinion, they would just waste money and salary, and he's not gonna. For me, he's a good player, but we'll see. Let him do it. I don't care really. I hope they do it because it's going to cause them a lot of issues. All right. Big up to you too, Lifo. Republic of South Africa says that, to be honest, the moves that the club is making, I am impressed. I think a lot of us are, but as I did say the other day, the more you say the best way, the best acceptable or generally acceptable way to say would be we're headed in the right direction. Long may that continue. We're not perfect yet. I think we still need a few more signings, and I'm happy they've told us they're still looking to make some signings, important signings, they say, not just signings for the sake of making signings. They said, so to speak. It was fake. They didn't agree. Yeah, I was quick. That one I checked. As I've said before, it is Onston's same handle, but he ends with an E. Onston with an E. So is that how you pronounce his last name? But that's, by the way, Onston. David Onston, whatever. Okay, but this is Troy Deeney here predicting how the Premier League finishes. This is Troy Deeney makes his Premier League of top 4 prediction. Arsenal, he believes Arsenal will win it again. I don't think they will win it. It will be difficult to pull it off again this season. City second. No, City will not come second. City will come around third place. Liverpool third, possibly. And he says, and then he says, and just to annoy most people, I am going to say Chelsea fourth. Chelsea will finish in the top 4. I'm not sure where. Chances are we could. We have a chance to win it, but I'm not going to say right now that you know what, we are definitely going to win it, but we'll be there. I'm not sure what to make of this predictions of his, but I'm starting Arsenal. They're not going to win the league 26-27. It will not happen. They will be in the top 4, but I don't think it will be them. Last season, I saw it coming. I wasn't certain whether they'd win it, but at the same time, I couldn't really say, you know what, I wasn't able to really say they're not going to win it, just like I did the past 3 seasons or so in a row. I was certain they weren't going to win it. But Troy Deeney, I'm not sure what to make of it. Not backed by nothing scientific about those predictions of his. But yeah, he's just going with his gut feelings, in my opinion. But Jay, you want to answer that?
Sorry, what was the question?
Not a question. Troy Deeney predictions that Arsenal will finish first, Liverpool second.
It
No,
looked,
City second,
yeah,
Liverpool third, and Chelsea fourth. I don't think City will finish second.
they've good. They've got a good score. Look, just
I
because
don't, especially
the
if Rodri leaves, they're not going to finish second.
it will depend who they will obviously replace that another midfielder. Otherwise, Anderson is quite a good midfielder. We all seen that. I wanted him
Mm.
at Chelsea as well, quite solid. He won't be, 100% replacing Rodri, but he has the abilities and characteristics of his game that are identical to what Rodri brings. So they have a good squad. Maresca is the big factor, obviously not a bad manager, but it's about get him accustomed to the players, the style, and everything. He obviously brings his own ideas, which are quite a little different than Pep, and obviously his in-game tactics. These are all things that are going to matter a lot. But they've got a good score. And Arsenal, I told you before that I can't lie. At this point, Arsenal is the favorite for sure. And especially if they get winning, then obviously they will be clearly favorites. But again, it will depend how the transfer window ends. A lot of things will depend on it. I have serious doubts over Liverpool. You think Liverpool can do well? Till this point, I think they have did almost nothing in the transfer window, and we are forgetting quite a few things. Uh, they've lost Ekitike, one of their premium and highest goal scorer last season. They've lost him for like I think almost more than more than half of uh, half of the upcoming season. So Ekitike is gone for them due to an injury. They lost Salah. You can understand that wide. Without Salah, I don't know how Liverpool will perform. Obviously, got a new manager. They don't have Konate as well, so the defensive line, Van Dijk obviously is a good defender, but how he's going to perform under a totally different style of play.
I
Areola,
think Van
high
Dijk
line.
he's actually regressed.
I mean, and under Areola, where a high line, I've seen him struggling a lot under a high line. So I'm not sure how he's going to deal with it, and especially with his partner now in the young defender Jeremy Jacquet. So there are
Who's
a lot
also
of changes and a
not
lot of
fit at this point.
yeah. I don't know about the fitness, but yeah, again, very young guy. Even if he's fit, you cannot expect him to just come in and be the undisputed partner and replace Konate without without a doubt. It's not going to happen. So I think Liverpool are the one club among the top six. I think that will struggle a lot until and unless they do something in the transfer window, which they haven't done till this point and till this date. So I'm predicting Liverpool to be the strugglers, and Arsenal obviously looks like the favorite till this point.
All right, I'll come to Bobby in a bit. I don't think Xavi Alonso trusts Robert Sanchez. That's Sean Abiona. That's just an opinion. We've heard that he wants to first of all look at the goalkeepers during the preseason and then decide whether we should go for a new goalkeeper or not. Yep. All right. Who else do we have here? Big up to you too, Temidayo Luwarokemi. Always nice to see you. And everyone, I can't complain. For me, any day above ground is a good day, and I hope it's the same for you. I honestly think that it is PR from Arsenal about Vinny because Austin said that clubs are not yet in talks. He also said, okay, idea approved in all levels, which is within Arsenal only, no approach. I mean, it could be PR. Maybe they've learned to gaslight their fan base just to calm them down a bit because they're still complaining that they weren't able to get the Morgan Rogers deal across the line because they've been speaking with his camp for like 1,000 years and wasted a lot of time. But I'm just going to stick with he never wanted to join them. He's always wanted to come to Chelsea and not them and didn't want to. And he would rather play good football under Xabi Alonso than play hard football under, Mikel Arteta. And that's my opinion. But Bobby, coming to you, your opinion on Troy Deeney's prediction on how the season ends.
Yeah, I still think Liverpool will be dangerous. They did most of their business last season. You don't have to go big in the transfer market every season. They needed time to settle in the new players. If you look at the players that they lost, they were players that more or less were due to go anyway and were there to just pass over the baton. Um, I still think Arsenal will be dangerous because they're well organized, they're
They will,
defensively
yeah.
sound. They may not get away with what they did last season, but they don't need to. They will be they're champions, and it's not going to be that easy. I think Spurs will rattle people. I'm not really sure how they'll perform. They've got a load of new players, a new manager, so we'll see. But there's a lot of quality still there. People like Kudus, Javi Simmons, they're all still there. What's the name of that guy they brought from Leicester? In midfield, they're all still there.
Um,
So, so,
I
uh,
can't quite remember his name. A good player, and yeah.
so they have a foundation. City, of course, I think they'll be solid. We know what Maresca is about, and we know that he now has even better players again. Um, certainly better than really what he had at Chelsea. So he should be able to get a tune out of them. Um, who else? And then you have the outliers, so-called outliers. Nottingham Forest is going to be good because Glasner is there. He's excellent at organizing his team.
And I think they will
Um,
spend for him.
yeah. I think Everton will still be strong. Villa is interesting. I would
United
like
will
to.
be very strong.
Sorry.
Man United will be very strong. I know people, and
Absolutely,
I
Man
know
United as
their
well.
fan base are complaining because they've slowed down a bit, not
I
spending. Yeah, but they signed tons of players already.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention them. And I have a lot of trust in people like Steve Holland and he's there, so they are going to be very strong. Um, it's not going to be easy. Brighton is still going to be strong. Then your usual suspects that spoil the party, like Brentford. Look, the Premier League isn't going to be easy. It's never easy, but in terms of the top four, it's going to be a hard call. It's going to be a hard call, but I would say Arsenal's there, City's there. Will Man United retain their spot? It's possible. United, Liverpool, it's hard. It's very hard. I'll have to say Chelsea because I support Chelsea, but I'm telling you, they are really, really, really going to have to get themselves in gear to be able to get into those positions.
I mean, let's
Uh,
start by saying close the gap, right?
well, we threw away the gap, so I don't really know if there's a gap to close. It's just get yourself organized. You see, we still don't know what Alonso can do. He's come with a lot of good vibes, but I don't do good vibes. I mean, after all, Rosinia came with good vibes. He has to, we have to give him the tools and he has to cook. It's really that simple. If he does, then he will have earned the right to win over the fans completely. They've shown they like him, but football's fickle. If you don't win, everybody turns against you. Win, and everybody loves you. That's the language of football. So I hope and pray he wins.
Yeah, and what a tough start to the season we'll have this time. All right.
Yeah, it doesn't
That's
matter. To
Troy.
me, it doesn't really
Mhm.
matter who you're
It
playing.
doesn't
You're
really
going to
matter.
play
Yeah.
them at some point, and
I
every
mean,
game is tough.
yeah,
I
get it
can't
over with
think,
immediately.
and
Yeah.
another thing I have to say, a lot is being made of this one game a week nonsense. I'm not an exponent of that. I think you have to earn your victories. Yes, for a team that was historically as injury prone as we are, it may help certain players like Reece James and so on. But by and large, teams like Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and Man United, who will be playing Champions League football, have enough squad depth to cope with it, and they're used to it, especially City in the modern age. So I wouldn't get too carried away with that playing once a week. And the lesser teams that we will be playing and we used to drop points to will also be just playing once a week. And if we are Chelsea Football Club, we will be hoping to progress in the cups, and the cups can give you any manner of extra games and extra time and all that along the way. So I wouldn't get us too carried away with, oh, we're only playing once a week. No, we need to utilize our time, strengthen our tactics, and make sure the team is ready for every single game it has. I remember last season when we used to think, oh, we've got 10 days off, or oh, we've got two a week for a change before games. And we squandered those breaks and ended up sometimes even worse on the pitch than we were before, when we were playing every other day. I'm not saying this will happen under Alonso, but what I'm saying is that if you don't utilize that time, you will probably end up even worse.
I mean, the difference between us having one game a week this time and that you said those periods you reference is that during those periods you're referencing international breaks. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
During
I'm
those
referencing between games. There were the odd periods of time where we did have one game a
when we had
week.
no games in between, right?
Yeah, yeah. There weren't
Okay, it
many,
makes
but
sense.
there
I
were
thought you were
once in a
referencing
while.
international break. Then I wanted to remind you that usually we have our plenty of our players on international assignments coming back jet lagged and tired and all that. But yeah, it turns out you were referencing a different period. But yeah, that's
I still,
understandable. Yeah,
I still believe that it's a big factor. I think
I mean
we
it
are
is. Yeah, but I
understating
get Bobby's point.
how
Yeah.
much of an advantage it gives to a team. We have
It's
historical
a factor
references.
if you use it well. If you don't use it
Obviously,
well,
they are
it
going to
means
use it
nothing.
well. I
It'll
mean, they're
probably
not
even
kids.
weaken you.
They're not really going to waste time. They are
Hmm.
professionals. They are going to invest better. Obviously, as you mentioned, Bobby, that the injury record that we had, it's going to help playing less games, especially for guys like Reece James, who had to, sacrifice his preferred role just because he cannot do the same thing twice a week. Now he's going to do that once a week or maybe 8 days, once in 8 days. That is a big factor. We are going to enjoy Reece James in his preferred position where he's most threatening. That is just one example. So injuries would be less. And then obviously the big factor is Xabi Alonso, a new manager getting more time off the pitch in training sessions to implement his style, to implement his ideas, that is obviously going to impact. And it's not something that is imaginary. We've got historical references. Last season, United went from 15th to third. That's a big, big,
Even after
jump
making
just because they had
tons of
one.
changes, after making a lot of changes.
Exactly. And not so, far back, we won our last trophy when we had one game a week, and that was Conte's first season. So I think it's a big factor, but I obviously understand that that cannot be the the final thing which is going to establish everything. There are a lot of other factors that also needs to fall in line to have a successful season.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. So what do we have here? Andrew Phillips says, I think we need a strong midfielder with legs for running. We should sell Enzo Fernandez. He is going to be a weakling. Kirsten, and we can't sell him if there aren't suitors for his signature. So it could still happen, but I think 80 to 20% leaning towards him staying. The fact that Madrid, they say, yeah, not us. Even if Rodri leaves Manchester City, they signed Anderson. There's no space there. Do I think PSG, even if do I think PSG pays 120 million for him, even 100 million? I'd say no. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. So here, I have to go back to the presentation windows. I apologize. Yeah, here an agreement is still missing between Chelsea and Como for Chalobah. But Chelsea have lowered their asking price from 35 million euros to 30 million euros plus bonuses. So they should be able to meet it this time. Otherwise, I don't think Chelsea would mind keeping him as a squad player, but I think even he would want to leave this time because every time the transfer window comes around, he's on the market. Go ahead, Bobby. You wanted to say something? I mean, they're stretching it. They're wasting a lot of time. I think Inter caused that problem. We thought, yeah, he'd be going to Inter because at the time, we learned that his preference would be to join Inter Milan, and that didn't happen. And I was concerned they were just going to waste our time and end up not signing the player, and that eventually became turned out to be the case. But I really would like him to get to work on the Cesc. But they're penny pinching, I must say. I mean, I don't blame them. They're not the biggest club in Italy anyway. But Bobby, your thoughts on Trevor Chalobah? I wouldn't call it a situation. The prolonged so far. Would it be right to say prolonged? No. I mean, it's not been long. But let's hear you, Bobby.
Yeah, I think a lot of clubs are working on the premise that they feel Chelsea are desperate to sell players and are
Mm.
trying to push it to the later end of the window where they think out of desperation they can lowball Chelsea to selling players. Um, it looks like they haven't learned anything because Chelsea would rather create a bomb squad than undersell players. So Como, I mean, what's the difference? 5 million euros. I'm not sure why they're holding out like this, but I think there's, the figures are so close that I believe something will happen. If not, Chalobah stays. Unfortunately, it'll be sad to see him in a bomb squad, but if he's not
I don't
required
think
for
they'll
the
keep him in the
first,
bomb squad.
well, there'll be no opportunities for him if we get Lacroix and it's going to be very hard. So
Without European assignments, right?
yeah, without some sort of elongated game, but even with Europe, I mean, how many games are there? So let's see what happens. I like the stance Chelsea's taking, but they may decide to buckle for the sake of Chalobah. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. Jay, how about you, man? And Como, if they waste, I think if they waste more time, chances are some English clubs will come calling, and that will make it even more difficult for them. And I think if that happens, it probably take you say take the option from an English club and stay in England. But Jay, let's hear you.
Um, Look, I have said it earlier as well. I think 2 days back when we first heard about this bid, that this is quite low to what I expect him to be sold on. The offer is not good. From in my eyes, I think he's a 35 million player. We have seen how other defenders are going for 50, 60 millions, and I'm not saying Cheruba is comparable to them, but he is quite a decent defender, quite a decent center back, whose biggest strength is
Always
availability
fit.
and his ex. Yeah, and despite being 25, 26, I think he's got quite a experience of playing at the highest level in the Premier League, in the Champions League as well, under different managers as well. So he has been trusted as well. Played for Crystal Palace on loan as well. Very impressive there. So he's got the experience as well. So it's not any random defender. He's got quite good attributes, which should command at least 35 million from me. So I fully support Chelsea that. They do not really, want to accept anything. It's quite a low offer, and even 26 million pounds is including add-ons. So, it's not the base price, which is even 22 million, I think. So again, quite low. I think it should be at least 30 million guaranteed, and then we can talk about the add-ons. So they should hold their guards, and I think negotiations would still continue. If they don't, then it's fine. I think not saying that I want to keep him in the bombs or anything, but we cannot just sell such a good asset for below the price that we have determined for him. And I think he can get sold for even more than 35 million. But that is the bare minimum. 30 to 35 is the bare minimum. So we have to
I mean, he's a
keep that
Club World Cup
stance.
champion.
Exactly, as I said, experience played multiple tournaments on multiple under multiple managers, so there is experience for him. Uh, I'm not sure if there are other interests because it's not like we have a really great friendship with Como and we want to prefer them the chance to buy him and ignore other contenders who want to pay more. So I'm not sure if there are other, but maybe if this deal collapses somehow, then maybe there is some fresh start and we would see new interest from the Premier League or somewhere else. I think I still expect him to go. Even at the worst case, I think he would still leave on loan somewhere.
He would want. I think, if, as I've said 1,000 times, even he would want to leave. I wouldn't. I think it wouldn't make sense to say it's not fair. It is the way it is. It's business for all parties involved. The club will always uh, aim to do what's best for their pocketbook. Same for him as a player. But let's see. Let me give the microphone to those and back to those in the chat. I'll come back to the panel. We'll continue news hunting. Not instructor today, as I told you guys at the start of the show, we will go news hunting and whatever Vince's timeline at this point drives our conversation. The truth says once a week we'll give a players a recovery time. Last year's Club World Cup showed us that injury crisis is always consistent with lack of rest. Also, it will give Alonso's philosophy time. It will make it a lot easier for him to instill his ideas. You could say drill the players. You could say, it will make it a lot easier for him to implement his approaches, or his approach, so to speak. And but thank you for that. That's a delicious comment. Sincerely do appreciate that. And the Sports Wire BJ, my bro, is in the house. Good morning, 5:30 a.m. for you. Woo. But always nice to see you, BJ. I do hope you're doing well. We got to talk as soon as possible before the season starts. I think one of them, potentially a business proposal, because I like you, my bro. Let's talk soon. Sportswire, welcome. According to Mod Mana, let's see what else we have here. Deals CFC. Deals. Always nice to see you, Deals. I do hope you're doing well, and thank you for finding the time to be part of the conversation this particular evening. This is Big Up Coachila, Big Up Bobby. Long time no talk.
Big
A
up,
lot
guys.
of changes happening.
Coach, I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to sleep. It's
All right.
1:15 here.
All right, this was supposed to be the Blue Morning Show. I took the kiddos to swimming, didn't make it back on time, so that was why I postponed it to this evening. So apologies for that, Bobby, but thank you for at least spending a few
It's all
minutes with
good.
us.
It's all
All
good.
right,
We're continuous somewhere.
all right, thank you. Long time change. A lot of changes happening in our attack club. Alonso Ball starts Tuesday. I am excited to see Nicole Jazuli, I don't know him. And Reggie Watson. Is it Reggie Watson or Reggie Walsh? Jay, isn't it Walsh? In
There are two.
preseason.
There is Reggie Watson and there is Reggie Walls.
I
So there
don't
are
know
two.
these kids. I feel
Yeah,
guilty.
and
I don't know them, and
they
that's
both
not
are part
okay,
of the
really.
preseason. They both are part of the preseason tour.
Really? I don't know them. Um, Yeah, Deals Modman is saying hello to you. Deals says this ownership made a lot of mistakes. Were tracked back on ourselves last season by the buying last summer. I'm happy. Signs out they've learned from their mistakes. Alonso changed the transfer strategy this summer, which makes me very happy. I'm glad we made signings of Premier League proven Rogers, Lacroix, hopefully Palestra will get used to the pace. I think Palestra is good. Sleek player. Chalobah, Crystal Palace, and Aston Villa all hold interest. Oh, Aston Villa are interested in Chalobah. They might end up staying in the Premier League if Como don't move quickly. Do you think Alonso was the only one behind the Aston Villa assistant coming in? His staff, definitely. If maybe they might have suggested, I think it was McPhee to him, and then he looked at his work and say, you know what, I want him. But definitely, he has the final say. And I've said this 1,000 times, and that's especially true when we're talking about his staff. Yeah, but for players, if he says he doesn't want a certain player, that player will not join Chelsea. But thank you for that correction. Jay also did help me realize that we have two Rages, Reggie Washington and Reggie Watson. I don't know them really. I'll find a way to start watching the academy games. Shame on me, really. But Chalobah, I want things to work out well for him. I think if he actually to say, yeah, he's a Chelsea legend, a consummate professional, hardly ever complains. Look, it's you say, I wouldn't say dog eat dog world. But more importantly, I think the more accurate thing to say, it's business for all parties involved. He wants what's best for him. The club wants what's best for them. It's really that simple. Chelsea informed Como new proposal worth 25 million euros plus add-ins, plus 5 million in add-ins for Trevor Chalobah is not enough to get the deal done. Chelsea want more than 30 million euros to sell Trevor, and Como also explore different options at centre back. So you could argue we're probably open to keeping him as a squad player if it doesn't work, but I doubt he stays beyond this season at Chelsea. I think he'd probably end up joining a Premier League club if Como don't pull it through. But I'm sure you've heard about the nonsense about Vinicius Junior. Arsenal making inquiries. I don't think they can't for a multitude of reasons. But Jay, if you're not interested in speaking about that, I'm just going to move on, really.
About winning
All
to
right.
Arsenal.
Sorry?
What was it about? Winning to Arsenal.
Arsenal exploring move to sign Vinicius Junior from Real Madrid. AFC interest early stage plus club not yet in talks, with idea approved at all levels at Arsenal. Everything in house at Arsenal. They haven't even, and we're hearing also from I think Madrid Extra that Mourinho doesn't want to let Vinicius go this season, and I don't think he would do that. Maybe. Arsenal, I think, since Madrid are interested in signing, what's his name, the Ivory Coast international, maybe they're open to Vinicius, who at this stage has refused to put pen to paper for a new contract and is asking for something we've heard Madrid unwilling to offer. AFC interest early stage. Clubs not yet in talk, but idea approved at all levels. Much rests on contract process has no breakthrough yet. So he's still, I think, probably end up in Saudi Arabia at this stage. That's my opinion. Real Madrid FC do not want a free exit. So how he might end up, because Saudis they'd be open to paying him. You could say 10 times or 100 times how much Arsenal will put on the table for him, because they have the money, and it enhances, because you could say it enhances the Saudi Pro League brand exponentially. With the midfield area, do you think we get two midfielders if Enzo leaves? I think one. I think we're still packed in that department. We have Romeo Lavia, Moises Caicedo, Dario Esugo. That's how many of them? 3. So I don't think it'd be accurate to say we're packed there. But I'd say at least one. Even at that, at least one. No, I don't think it'd be two. But Jay, you want to speak about the Arsenal interest in Vinicius Junior?
As you said, I still think that it's agent talk. I think they want to negotiate and put pressure on Madrid to, give him the terms that he wants and to maybe fast forward the negotiations where they are trying to extend the contract. So I still think that it's agent talk. But hypothetically, well, if hypothetically he arrives at Arsenal, then obviously, people are saying that he will fail, Arteta football will kill him, and all those things. I think that is a bit far-fetched. I think he's a very good player. He's world-class. Definitely, one of the few players in world-class category, and he can change game on his own. So very, very threatening player. And yeah, whether it's Arteta football or anything
Ooh,
else,
good.
it's always going to make a statement. But I still think it's agent talk and not looking like it would happen.
Here's the thing. I think he suddenly leaves Real Madrid. And I'm going to tell you why. His contract expires in June 2027. So
Yeah,
he's in January, he'd be allowed to talk to clubs.
he has to take a massive pay cut because he's already around 350, 400 at Real. So Arsenal, and he's asking for something around 450, which is quite
15
massive,
million a
and I'm
year.
not
I'm not sure whether that'd be that. I'm not sure.
450K a week. So that's quite a lot. Remember, we have a 200K limit on the top players. So I don't know if Arsenal can pay that. It's close to 500K. Not sure. And there are also the pre-tax and all those uh, official things as well, which may even take it further. So financially, is it even possible? Will he take a pay cut? There are a lot of things. That is why I think it looks like
It just doesn't
agent
make
talk
sense.
just to put pressure.
It just doesn't make. It wouldn't make sense for Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
He will cause a lot of issues for them because if you sign him and put him on 400K plus, yeah, when it's time for some of your best players to sign new contracts, they will reference Vinicius's contract. So it's really not
Yeah,
that straightforward. But as somebody said in the live chat, maybe it is them gaslighting their fan base because they failed in their pursuit of Morgan Rhodes. They just want to get them excited to distract them a bit.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. And the truth says for Xabi Alonso to immediately tackle Arsenal's strength and countering it with a set piece coach with the highest set piece record behind Arsenal only shows that he has his eyes on them and the title. And in Arsenal case, I don't respect them that much because, yeah, the manner at which they won the league and what they did, how many goals they scored with set piece, committing all sorts of fouls, and getting away with it. By the way, which I said the FA let their rules adapt to the way Arsenal want to play, and not the other way around. I'm not, you could say, downplaying how good they were last season. They could have still won it, in my opinion, even if they didn't play dirty as they did. So for me, I don't respect their set piece coach that much, really. And that's me. What's your thoughts on the spelling we have made? I know we get more, okay, sellings we've made. We've made more sellings in, okay, we will get more selling in Nicholas Jackson, Margi, Enzo, Neto, Badia, Chile, Tosin, Gusto, Jorgensen, and Roma hold interest in Gittins. I don't think Gittins goes. That's why they call it assets. You see those billions of pounds we've been discovered, people reference every time we underperform. Yeah, we probably going to end up making around 1.5. Let's say we spent 1 billion, we'll end up making 1.5. That is breaking even, given how much we'll break even and then make some gain, given how much we're selling those players for. I don't remember any player we sold and made a loss. Maybe we took an L for the departure of Raheem Sterling. Other than that, That's why it's called assets. And I think I did listen or maybe watch a video of an expert explaining that we're actually the money not a problem for us. Do we need to sell to make certain purchases? Yeah, but no, we don't necessarily have to sell, but it makes it a lot easier for us. So not necessarily they're all not else. Remember how much we sold Angelo Gabriel for, and how much we bought him for. How much we bought what's his name, Andreas Santos, and how much we sold him to United for. Things like that. So eventually that's just part of it. And in the future, there are certain players we've signed that if we need them, it'd be just plug and play. We won't be spending a lot of money to rectify certain issues in our squad, if that makes sense. All right. If that youngster, Kerim, the Bosnian Begovic comes in, you reckon he will get put on loan? I think he stays for the season. He will stay. He's good enough. He's not. You don't sign that sort of player and send him out on loan. And I think if that's the plan, Alonso will tell him, and I don't think he'll accept that because there are other clubs interested in signing him. And you could argue, chances are, if he joins any of those clubs, he gets to play week in, week out. He's better than some of the players we already have at the club. He's different. He's unique, similar in some aspects, but he can shoot with both feet effectively. And he's capable of creating space for himself when none exists. So we need depth. Chances are he won't get to play week in, week out, but he gets to play. And next season we'll be in the Champions League. There'll be tons of games for everybody to share. So I think he stays. I think we get two midfielders if Enzo goes, because here's why. I think if Isugo goes on loan, I don't think Isugo goes anywhere. We will definitely need another midfielder in the building. Isugo is more of I've said this 1,000 times, actually more of a destroyer than Caicedo. And his passing range ain't that bad, but it's difficult to convince Chelsea fans because they haven't seen a lot of him. You understand? Against Arsenal this season, Lacroix, Palestra, even João Pedro, who's excellent aerially, will be key on set piece. We need to score more set piece in the bigger games. And I think, CFC Gamer, thank you for that contribution there. I think the FA, they're not stupid. I think they will be paying attention to Arsenal because, yeah, they'd be hearing a lot of the complaints because it's still going on from fans complaining how Arsenal got away with a lot of stuff. And I'm not trying to downplay the title they won. I think they deserve it. This plus Favuso said we're looking to make a midfield, yeah, something to that effect. Drew, my bro, Coachila, for me, Derry is better than no. Derry isn't quite there. If anything, let's stick with Begovic, the Bosnian Begovic being more experienced than Derry. Let's just stick with that. And maybe I don't know Derry well enough, but let's stick with Begovic. He's played more top level football than Begovic, than Derry. That's the Bosnian Begovic. The truth says Real Madrid owes Vinny Jr. loyalty bonus, which will be north of £60 million. Jesus Christ! So Real wouldn't want to pay him off and also lose him as a free agent. So if he does not sign a new contract, then they will sell. But the question is, you don't sell a player that doesn't want. You can't sell him to a club he doesn't want to join. Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal can afford him, really. Let's be honest. As we've talked about already, he will cause a lot of issues for them. This Pep Chavarria left back looks like it wouldn't happen. I wouldn't say that. There's still a long way to go in the transfer window. I know we hold interest in Araujo and Lewis Hall and Alvaro Carrillas of Real Madrid. I am a big fan of Truffant. Let's see what happens. Only PSG will be able to afford Vini and his wages. If Diamande goes to Real and PSG was ready to pay 100 million for him, then maybe they go for Vini. Vini, I don't think Lucho will like him. Off the ball, he's a problem. Do you think Emera gonna need it to find it to catch up to fitness? I think he will be fine since we've heard that he's gonna be available before the start of the season. I think he will be fine. I like him. He's a much better finisher than Jackson, in my opinion. But I wouldn't mind Jackson staying, him living on loan, or vice versa. We haven't spoken in a while. Uh, Something happening. I don't want to start talking about it. Yeah, I respect him a lot, but let's just leave it at that. You reckon you and the Blue Lounge will ever be on a stream together? Dudes, leave me alone. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. It's complicated. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We're adults. You never know, but let's see what happens. I can't complain. Dozy 8016. A lot of people's names have changed. So sometimes I'll say hello to those of you and I don't remember who you are. All right, I need a bit of a break because we're still going news hunting. Coach, it's been a long time. I trust you're good. I can't complain. As I always say, any day above ground is a good day. So I'm happy. But some of you, please, you need to remind me who you are because I think YouTube changed something which led to the display name of a lot of people to change. Some people not in close to something I know, leading to me not realizing who you could say, greeting. Yeah. He says, finally, Chelsea is cooking what we all like to eat. Yeah, something delicious. Now, talk about Todd Bowley eating meals. I say, yeah, indeed, good meal. All right. And enough of the Arsenal nonsense. Chelsea's Pedro Neto has been offered to Al Hilal by his agent, Georgie Mendes. How old is he right now? Maybe he's trying, because if his agent really did that, it'd be with his consent, which would mean he's looking to get that bag. What do you think, Jay? I don't think his agent, I don't think he'd do such without his consent.
No, I mean, obviously there are some, links to it. Obviously, his agent and he himself obviously had allowed it. So maybe they are trying to see their options, discover their options. Because one thing is clear that he is not, is not untouchable at Chelsea for sure. And he might have seen that, and due to the new players incoming, especially in the attacking areas, and he must be seeing that. So obviously, you don't want to be an uh, an option when you are playing for the Portuguese national team. He obviously thinks of himself as still, quite valuable. So he might be targeting somewhere where he can play as a starter. And at Chelsea, I don't see Petronito starting the next season. At best, he would be coming from the bench or maybe as a wing back. These are the possibilities that I see him as a starter. So yeah, he must be aware of that, and that is why I think he is exploring his options. Now that does not mean that he definitely wants to be in the same extent as Enzo Fernandez and Cucurella maybe wanted to, but I think he is exploring his options after realizing the seriousness of the reality that is going to happen next season.
Yeah, let's see what happens there. The moment I saw Saudi, I thought about, yeah, him maybe wanting to go to Saudi and make a lot of money, then maybe come back to Europe. Let's just like some European, some players have done. Como now in advance, yeah, this is in the past. We know where we are with that one. Chelsea goalkeeper Max Merrick is set to spend the 2026-27 season on loan at National League side Hartlepool United. Okay, I don't even know him. Well, what are we waiting for? The Lacroix announcement. He passed his medical. Or did they find anything? If he failed it, I think we'll be hearing about it. But he didn't fail. All right, where are we? I've addressed all that, and we are here. And this is from Diamond 1950. So it says, Coach, if Chelsea gets Adam Wharton, Diogo Costa, Chavarria, the Bosnian Begovic, another top centre back, a top striker to push João Pedro, what's Chelsea's chances of winning uh, the league or end in top four? You know, you can say I'd say 80% plus. If we do all those things you've listed there, signing a new goalkeeper in Diogo Costa, like you mentioned, signing Chavarria, even without Diogo Costa, if we fulfill our, if we get Watson, sign Chavarria, one more, at least John Stones, plus, yeah, Lacroix, I think still 80% plus. Then we can finish in top four, even win the league. Honestly, and as I've told people before, just take your time whenever you can. Open Fort Mob. Look at all the games we lost last season. I can assure you that 80% plus of all those games were down to defensive errors. What does that tell you? Had we at least addressed our defensive issues after winning the Club World Cup, I think we would have finished the season better. Yeah. Let's see, Coach. If Chelsea, yeah, just your message repeated there. And the BG says, Kobo deal, I think, is more good for Chelsea than Chalobah. I wish him good luck. Good for both. If he stays, there's no guarantee he plays enough to even get a chance to play for England again. So why not leave? And if it's a fact the case, then yeah, it's a win for him and the club. If he died, it'd be a win for him and the club. And that's just an opinion anyway. All right. Lacroix, more tangible attributes as a player, also line up with what Chelsea have been missing at 6'2". Lacroix's stature is a major positive. Chelsea have struggled defending set piece and have been out muscled in 1v1 duels too much. But this guy is quick. This guy is really quick. I didn't realize how quick he he was until I started paying attention, really. I'm happy we got the deal across the line. Some people tried to downplay the signing, arguing that he's not good enough. He's just there, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, he's a good player. Very true. Tosin used 6 years in caressing Robbe before he assisted his teammates to score. I almost lost my mind. All right. Anything else? Not too many stuff out there to discuss. But yeah, that was why I told you guys I would let Vince's timeline drive the conversation. We'll news on there, and if we see anything interesting, we will discuss it. And if you have any question, please go ahead, ask. And you know the rules. Don't ask any difficult questions, otherwise we will pretend we can see it. Let's see, what else do we have here? All right, Lacroix, the profile is really good. Quick, physical, pushes our defense during our attack. He's proactive too. I like defenders who are proactive. They don't wait for the danger to get to them before they do something. So, which reflects the fact that he reads the game very well. Our defense is doing our attack confidently for another 20 meters. I think that's what you mean there. I really do like him. Really, I like him, and I'm happy we're getting the deal across the line. We got the deal across the line. Yep. So probably an announcement will follow tomorrow. That's what I believe would be the case. I think he passed his medical. If he didn't, I think we'll be hearing about it right now. All right, Maxence Lacroix. Ooh, a difficult one. But I'm going to answer it anyway. Let me hold on. Dara McAnthony says we all like to go on about Chelsea with their signings, but I think that but I think what they do really well, they do. But I think what they do really well are 300 million pounds last year they brought in. So people aren't paying attention to that. Yeah, what I call convenient mathematics. They just you say um, present what aligns with their narrative to convince you that we've been wasting money. I think to some extent we have, but not as bad as a lot of people make it to be. I think they are one of the best clubs in the world at basically regenerating wealth through player trading. And we don't sell our best players. We only sell players who force a move. Some of our good players have forced a move, which I'm all for it. If a player doesn't want to stay, which would mean if you force them to stay, they basically won't be committed. So why not let them go? All right, more likes, people, more likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We have 41 likes, and I believe we can do a lot better than that. And if you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the video, and also do subscribe to Trust's Perspective. If you haven't, we haven't forgotten. We'll owe you guys a giveaway. Promise that we'll do once we get to 30K subscribers. We're there now, but we're just waiting for all our community members to know that we'll start streaming consistently, so that the OGs in the house will participate. All right. Do you see Chelsea getting Bruno Guimaraes since Arsenal are busy paying a pension? It's a possibility. He's not gone to Arsenal yet, and we've heard that he's open to joining other clubs. He just basically just wants to leave Newcastle United. And I think if Alonso gives him a call, I think he probably would prefer playing under Alonso than go to Arsenal to go play Harlem football under Mikel Arteta, just like Morgan Rogers did. Alonso's pool is something special. I'm certain if he calls him on the phone, he will come to Chelsea. The question now is the asking price at this point. I'm not sure how much they're asking, and we've heard they rejected Arsenal's initial bid. I can't quite remember how much that was, but it's a possibility. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, obviously, as you said, that there is a possibility for sure, but obviously his priority is Arsenal, and Arsenal are also prioritizing him. So the they are the front runners, and the possibility of them doing the deal is actually high at the moment, and we are just uh, we're just waiting to watch how the negotiations go. We are not in the front seat. We are not really actively pushing for it. We haven't even actually, given our interest. We have dismissed. I saw the briefings yesterday that we are not in for him at all. So that clearly states me that we don't want to, openly state that we are interested in him. So I think Arsenal bid 70 million pounds bid, and it was rejected. Uh, Newcastle won 85 to 90, and Arsenal are actually not willing to go that high. Now, whether they will, finally reach 85, or they will, just quit out of this deal, that is something to wait and watch. And if they don't pay come close to 85, 90, then, and if they leave, that is the time where I think Chelsea will enter. But if they trigger 85, 90, I think Newcastle will accept it, because the player's first choice is Arsenal. But that does not mean that he will not welcome other clubs. So it's a wait and watch game. But don't get your hopes high on this one, because Arsenal are the priority right now.
Yeah, the player's priority will be to join Arsenal. Preference will be to join Arsenal. So yeah, it does make sense. Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes is a possibility because he hasn't joined Arsenal yet. And tactically, do you think we'll go for 4-3-3, 3-4-3, coach? Close match friendlies have been 4-2-3-1, but that doesn't suggest we're married to that particular structure. Alonso can be unorthodox sometimes, but yeah, I get it. The average football fan, I'm not saying you're one, I know you understand the game very well, usually judge a manager's approach by the structure of the back line. So usually pay attention to whether it's a back three or back four, not paying attention to those selected, deployed in the middle, and in the final third area, how they apply themselves on the pitch. For me, listen, I'm not certain. There's still a long way to go. I get it. One could look back and just go by the structure he used predominantly when he was Bayer Leverkusen's manager. but he still did change things around every now and then. He's a very proactive manager. Doesn't wait for things uh, to go down south, deep down south before making changes. But we wait. I can't say really. I can't say it. But the signings suggest that at least, yeah, at some point we'll play with a three at the back structure, or sometimes four, given players we've signed, going back the players we've signed. But I can't say for certain, really. We're not married to any particular structure. And going by his response to a question with regards to what structure we play mainly, something to that effect, his response suggests he's not married to a particular approach. He basically said we're going to be mixing things up a lot. So yeah. Um, big up to you too, GFC. Go go! Always nice to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. You haven't actually streamed in a while, and I strongly believe your absence. Because yeah, you've been busy, and if that's the case, I'm happy for you because bills don't pay themselves. Sincerely, do appreciate you. And here we have CFC Clicks says Diamond. Chelsea have spoken to Newcastle a while ago. Okay, it's a standby. It's only progresses with Bruno Guimaraes. If Arsenal talks collapse, Chelsea are willing to pay the £85 million. Wow, okay. Click CFC, interesting there. I haven't heard anything like that, but yeah, okay. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. He says that if Bruno doesn't happen, Wharton, who Chelsea do like, and we've been linked with a move for him for I'd say 3 consecutive seasons right now, and he's a player I like. I like the way he applies himself on the pitch. He has excellent vision, in my opinion. But let's see what happens. After all, the Morgan Rogers signing emerged from nowhere. We knew nothing about it until we were on the verge of completing the deal. Right, what else do we have here? Let's go. Anything. I think playing 4-2-3-1 in recent friendlies doesn't really mean much yet. Exactly the same thing I said. You can't just go with the structures he used during the indoor friendlies to conclude that, yeah, we're definitely playing with a particular approach. Because we don't have the complete squad, and also we don't know the details of the formation, like average positioning. More importantly, like average positioning on the pitch or the dynamics. It could be, let me expand this, something interesting right there. I know Vince, his ball knowledge is excellent. It could be Maresca's kind of 4-2-3-1 that is disguised a 3-2-4-1. Considering the profile of players we are signing, I am more inclined to believe we are going to settle with a 3-4-2-1 or 4-2-3-1 that turns into hybrid, a hybrid structure that turns into 3-2-4-1. I don't personally see Palestra as a right back or Rogers as a line hugging left winger. I think either way, we are likely to see a 3-man defense in possession. So it will definitely be a hybrid approach, but we're not married to any particular approach. And something as Vince mentioned here, that was the only way some of us were able to figure out the structures we used under Enzo Maresca. You only wait till the end of the game. We have, at the time, we called the 4-2-3-1 structure, which usually we'll see from FOTMOB, the football apps. We called them the starting structure because you only get to know the particular structure that we use for a game or during a game when you read the average positioning of each player on the pitch. So I think it'd be accurate to say Alonso is that sort of manager. It'd be difficult to tell what structure we're using until you pay attention to the player's average positioning. So yeah, and that's why I'm saying people think Alonso is married to a particular approach or maybe bent on using a particular approach. He's not. He can actually be very unorthodox too, which makes it difficult to plan or to use it, to have a set strategy against his teams. Okay, are we talking to Newcastle? Sure, I'm not sure. All right, coach, who would you prefer, Diego Costa? I'm just gonna go with Diego Costa. I like Diego Costa. I think he's experienced too. All right, what else do we have here? We've addressed that one. That's Vince's opinion there. Maxence Lacroix completed his medical. There you go. I was looking for this one. So Maxence Lacroix completed his medical in London as new Chelsea player. Clubs exchanging documents for £52 million deal completed this week. So we're practically waiting for an announcement that he's our player, and I'm happy we got that particular deal across the line. You could say another important signing because he solves a critical problem for us. Aston Villa have opened talks with Chelsea to sign £65 million rated a Senegal striker in Nicholas Jackson. According to Jack Rosa, I don't know whether to trust him. I haven't seen anything from the reputable or from any reputable sources that I trust to believe that he's definitely going to join. He's definitely going to join Aston Villa. So I'm just gonna let's see. Anything else? Yeah. Move on from that one. Lukaku still fighting everyone. The Chalobah story, nothing serious there really. I can't take this call. I'm sorry. Yeah, Real Madrid, £100 million bid for Diamonde. Now, I'm just going to refresh the page to see if anything new emerged as the show progressed, because we're on the 24th of July already, which means we've exhausted all the most current items for today, the fresh ones, and that were even revisiting some topics we addressed during yesterday's show. And once again, apologies. This was scheduled to be in the morning because it's supposed to be the Blue Morning show, but I took the kiddos for their swimming lessons and didn't make it home on time. So yeah. Duhan says we need a creative midfielder who controls the game, not too defensive, and Switzerland goalkeeper. Let's see what the club does. And Chelsea signed a new set piece coach. Your views on it, coach? I think Chelsea has done a good deal in here, getting these deals done from Aston Villa, given the UEFA regulations for Aston Villa. Listen, this you could say, I can't quite remember how I put it the other day, but I understand what you're saying there. Listen, I like the man. For us to give Bernardo Cueva a different role to accommodate the Aston Villa set piece coach, whom, by the way, we heard they tried to convince him to stay, but he'd already made up his mind. He wants to. And wants to join Chelsea. More importantly, I think there are some reshuffling going on there, and we heard that we've also brought in a guy from Sevilla. I can't quite remember where, to join his coaching staff. So we're not playing. We're serious. But more importantly, I'm focused on the signings on the player side, not staff members. But I get it. And numbers suggest he did well. They scored a lot from set piece situations. He's only second to Arsenal's set piece coach, which you can argue. I think it makes sense. It'd be logical to argue the Arsenal set piece coach only has a better number because they got away with a lot of fouls that they committed in opposition boxes that they scored with. I think they did that on 3 occasions against Chelsea last season and against all the opponents too. So you could argue that without them cheating, chances are he'd have a better number than Arsenal's Nicholas is his name, right? Nicholas Jova or Jova, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Arsenal set piece coach. But yeah, I get the point. And coach, I don't know what Arsenal are still waiting for. Every season they come to collect at least one of our players, and we have the lab. Jackson Nato is there too, and given the absence of who was it that got injured? One of was it the Frenchman that got injured? I mean, they should come for Badia Sheila or Disasi. I mean, we always have the goods for them, and he has a good reputation. He's known to fix Chelsea rejects, so he should come for Badia Sheila. The lab for £60 million, he might stay. Everything depends on the severity of Emeras' injury. But if we're going by the reports that suggest he'll be available before the season starts. No, you can say he can still be involved in preseason games, but after the travel troops return to England. So, which means he'll be involved in a few about 1, 2, 3 games before the season starts. For me, I think that'd be enough for him I mean, because that reflects the fact that the injury isn't you could say as severe as we thought at first when we heard that he sustained a hamstring injury. And as Bobby did say when he was on the panel here, that if it was in fact a hamstring injury, there's no way he'd be available for selection before the start of the season. So, but you never know. We'll see. I need to 16 million from pounds from Chelsea to Arsenal can help unlock in the push. Let me read that. And push Gyökeres to score more goals for Arsenal. What do you think, Arsenal? We have Badia and Sheila. I think they probably be looking to sign one defender. Didn't we hear that we're also interested in signing Lacroix? Yeah. Garnacho's deal was done with such precision, 45 million with a few achievable conditions, and we heard easy to achieve conditions actually, so that Aston Villa doesn't miss out on the profits from Rodgers' deal. Loan with a conditional obligation for permanent purchase. Yeah. The Sarsi for £17 million. You're getting greedy now. You're getting seriously greedy now, but I respect that. I mean, Mikel Arteta, he can fix the unfixable. So maybe he should come for Chelsea, those Chelsea rejects, if you want to call them that. It's actually for £70 million that plays with Timberland shoes can help bring out the the best from Gabriel after what Haaland did to him. Whoo! Haaland smoked him. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even a fight. It wasn't even a battle, really. He should be ashamed of himself. Jesus Christ. That was unbelievable. That was seriously unbelievable. Yep. I couldn't believe that. I see my enemy in the chat, but I respect him even though I don't like him. I'd rather he goes back to work. But Vic, nice to see you, my bro. Always, it's all love. I know you. I hope you know that. But thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. Cannot thank you enough for always stopping by to support your bro, even when you're busy. Big up to you too, Vic. Much love to you. Let's see. CFC Gamer says, who do you think will have a better season, Parma or Estevao? Whoo! Jesus Christ. How am I going to answer that? That's not an easy question right there. Who do I think will have a better season? Estevao's GA to the ratio of games he played last season was good. But you guys are actually slipping on Kenda, even João Pedro. We don't know. Listen, we're blessed, actually. But to answer your question, I think Parma. And I'm going to explain why. I think Xabi Alonso will still he'll still treat Estevao as a player he needs. He wouldn't want to put a lot of pressure on him. He will play a lot. It's difficult. I'm not too certain how he's going to use him, and he didn't say much about him. I was going to go by his response, something where he says something to the effect of they're trying to take it slowly with Esteval, and then it occurred to me, in that case, he was referencing him just recovering from an injury that sidelined him. Sidelined him. I can't pronounce that word accurately. Not necessarily his ball playing ability. So it's difficult to say. I'm just going to stick with both are going to have excellent season. Even Kenda. A lot of people are sleeping on Kenda. But if you start to, wow, we're blessed really in the attacking area, in all honesty. So both are going to have a good season. But I think, let me just put it this way. I think Esteva will score a lot of out of this world. You can say at least 4 out of this world goals. But Cole Palmer would do a lot better than he did last season. But one thing I want to bring up again, we're not going to see that Cole Palmer we experienced under Pochettino. And I've explained this 1,000 times, not necessarily because he's regressed, but down to the fact we're more of a unit than we were under Pochettino. I feel I sound like a broken record right now, but that's usually what happens if you're saying stating the fact. We're more of a unit than we were at the time. At the time, we were chaotic, and we were chaotic. We were chaotic during games, which in turn presented a lot of what I call hero moments for him. And he was brave enough, smart enough to take advantage of those moments, leading to him scoring tons of goals. And also he created a lot for his teammates. But yeah, we weren't that clinical. Others weren't as clinical as he was in front of goal at the time. So, but he's an excellent player. That hasn't changed. But I don't think we'd experience the Cole Palmer we experienced under Pochettino, because we're more of a unit now. We're not as chaotic as we were on the Poch. That he's not going to see a lot of hero moments to take advantage of. But he's still one of the best players in the world. Who will have a better season, Rodgers or JP? I don't know. I don't know, really. And the reason I'm going to say, in Rodgers' case, I don't know whether Alonso. No, I don't think Alonso would try to change his game. I think the main reason why we're signing him, in my opinion, is his ability to drive with the ball. So I think that remains. Whether we'd see a more balanced output from him, like more assist, more balanced output of goals and assists from him. Because correct me if I'm wrong, I think at Aston Villa, he's almost always looking to score. He has it in him. He has that ability to orchestrate defense, splitting passes every now and then, but he doesn't do that aspect consistently. But he exploits spaces by driving with the ball. But he can also create. So maybe Alonso can change him into becoming, he's a more of a creator. Then we'll get a balanced output from him. Not too much of, you can say, more of, he become a better team player, in my opinion. I'm not saying he was never one, but you get the point I'm trying to make here. It's difficult to say. Both will have also excellent season if they stay fit. Yeah, but please don't ask me such difficult question again. Palmer for sure, but as I've said, Esther will probably score more out of this world goals because he's capable of that. It's a difficult question. Pepper said for you to do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You guys are basically, but I'm having fun anyway. Jay is there, and Jay doesn't want to even chip in. Jay, do you know what? There are 2 questions. I forgot you were on the panel with me because usually you're in bed at this time. Jay, Palmer or Estevao, who will have a better season than JP or Morgan Rogers? Emma.
Palmer or Esteva or everyone?
No, Parma or Estero. I'm just stating the questions the way was a CFC gamer? Yeah, two questions. The first one, let me screw up a bit. The first one here, the question: who do you think will have a better season, Parma or Estero? The second one, Morgan Rogers or JP. So it's two questions for you. They're cooking me, and I thought you were gone. I didn't know you were still here, so I would have brought you on earlier. Yeah, to rescue me. Let's hear you,
Um,
Jay.
Look, just on the plain facts that Palmer is going to start for us regularly. He is a starter. He is the undisputed, first name on the team sheet. He's going to play more minutes. Estuao is still young. He's talented, no doubt. Everyone saw his talent, but he's not going to play every game. Some games won't suit him. His physicality is still not up to the level where it should be. So he would have obviously more chances and better performances and more numbers than last season, but it won't be that astronomical. So just on the plain fact that Palmer is going to play a lot of more games, and he has, we saw how uh, all our attacks almost went through him. So he'll have more opportunities. He's the central figure in Xabi Alonso's, tactical football. The two tens are also quite important. So all our attacks, most of our attacks will go through Rogers or Palmer, and hence Palmer would have better opportunities to have assists and goals. So just on those facts, it's clear that Palmer would be having a better season in terms of number for sure. But don't that does not mean that Esteva won't have an impact. He would be very good from the bench and even in those games where he is going to start for us. But number wise, it's going to be Palmer for sure.
All right, JP or Morgan Rogers?
Obviously, João Pedro is the striker. The striker, obviously, is the front man. The most forward in the opponent's half, and he has one of the most clear views of the goal as well. So he's going to get better opportunities. So he's going to score a lot, and we have a lot of better creators now. Rogers, Palmer, Estevao, Quenda, all of these guys are obviously going to target as well. We got wingback system as well, and wingbacks tend to target crosses as well to the striker. So you will have a lot of opportunities from the air to strike goals as well. And without even with the imperfect season we had last time, he still managed to get so many goals. It was one of the better
His
seasons
still
we've
numbers,
seen.
his numbers weren't that bad. It's just that it didn't measure his usual standards. They didn't measure his usual
It was
standards. Yeah,
actually not bad. It was quite good.
yeah,
I don't remember the
yeah. It
last
wasn't
time a
bad.
striker got that many goals. We have to go back maybe 8, 10 years. The last time a striker scored that many goals for us. It's not bad. In fact, bad words should not be used for João Pedro. It was one of the best seasons that we have seen from a striker. As I said, I can't even remember the last time a striker scored this many goals for us because Havertz, Jackson had good season, but nowhere near the numbers as João Pedro. So I don't know. Maybe we have to go back to Conte's season as a striker. It was that good of a season for João Pedro. And now with more stable football, a good manager, more attacking threat, Morgan Rogers in as well. So João Pedro is definitely going to have a lot of opportunities, and I trust him to convert those chances more often than not. So he will definitely be one of the guys who would be, one who would be in the top three in terms of the highest goal this season. So João Pedro, undoubtedly.
Let's see what happens. Let's see. It's a difficult question, Pepper said for you. Yeah. Well, then, folks, thank you. Always nice to have you here. Yeah, I understand. The team has more quality now. The team has more quality now. So Palmer is not the main man. And I'm going to say this again. I'm not saying he's regressed, but I don't think will it be difficult for him to replicate the sort of form, not necessarily form, output he finished that the season he under Mauricio Pochettino, and I'm going to say why, because we're more of a unit than we were at the time. I'm not sure how but if you understand football, you get my point now. Esteva will have to be reintegrated into the team because of that nasty injury he had that made him miss out on the World Cup. Parma already in the EPL for long. will still start more games than him. Yep, I was a bit, again, as I said, I was a bit cautious. As I said, I wanted to say maybe he will need reintegrating, and then it occurred to me that the reason, most likely, the reason why Xavi said that was because of he just returned. He was sidelined for a long period because he suffered an injury. So chances are he plays a lot. I don't know, but we'll see. I don't. He's not going to all of a sudden become a bench warmer because he's that good. But yeah, and as I've said, he's going to score a lot more bangers than Palmer because that's who the way he applies himself on the pitch, and that's an opinion. That aspect is an opinion. Nothing scientific about that. Palmer most likely to finish the season with better numbers than him. Hot take: if the lab stays, I think he will have a better season. It's a part you never know.
That is definitely a hot take.
I mean, it's definitely definitely a hot take, right? Right,
Yeah,
Jay?
that's a definite hot take, and I'm not going to touch that hot take.
I am not
It will burn my
either.
hands.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not touching that one either. Dang it. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along. I appreciate you all finding time to join the conversation. Which centre-back partnership will be better in the next 2 years? Gabriel and Saliba or Colwell and the General Lacroix? I don't know. Those two, Gabriel and Saliba, already have an established relationship there. They are established pairing. In our case, we still have to see it on pitch. We're just you could say, licking our lips for the prospect of how well the pairing of Levi Cohen and Lacroix would do. Until we see it, I can't start comparing them to the other established partnership, in my opinion. But go ahead, Jay, if you wanted to say something.
See, now these are the, sorry, no disrespect.
Did I lose Jay? Okay, it looks like I lost him. I can't hear him. All right, let's see. I'm gonna mute him from his end. Okay. I've addressed that. Now we have real men in the team: Lacroix, Palmer, Esteval, Cowell, Caicedo, James, Enzo, Hato, JP, Palestra, all serious players and dominant against anyone. And hopefully we'll still make a few more strategic signings and we'll be okay. Yakon, big up to you. I'm not sure what you're referencing there. All right, let's see. For me, João Pedro is the main man of the team, not Palmer. Okay. I think even Esteval is on a higher level than Palmer right now. Wow, that is some comment. Let's see. But let's see what happens because we're under a new manager. So we will wait to see how he utilizes each of the players and see what happens. And he also says, I believe Esteval will be Xavi's brain on the pitch, just like what Xhaka was for him in Bayern. I'm not sure about that particular comment. If you said, if you mentioned maybe Florian Wirtz, maybe, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Esteval will start most of the games, 33 out of the 38 games. Esteval will start. It's a possibility, but you don't know. How do I feel about 52 million? Yeah, not a bad deal. Given the market, you've seen how much certain players were sold. Van Hickey, how much was he sold for? Jay?
I think it was 52 million, exactly the same as Lacroix.
Yeah, but there are other players that was, you say, for me, 52 million for Lacroix, not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, not a bad deal. The market is inflated, and you know that. yeah, nothing new emerged. So if you guys still have any questions, drop it there. Otherwise, we'll be rounding off in a few minutes. I'm gonna go check because usually Vince is asleep at this time. So, but I'm gonna go check on the timeline of the other bro in Dodgers, Chelsea Dodgers. I think let me do it here. And hopefully by tomorrow, we'll get some good news about the Bosnian Begovic. Who do you think is the best manager in the league, Xavi or Arteta? I'm going to say this. Given by what they've won, I mean, off the bat, Xavi. And tactically, I still go with Xavi. Arteta, on occasions, where I've expected him to, I expected him to do better, he fluffed it. In all honesty, against PSG, they had a better. They had again defense. They have a better defensive back line, in my opinion. But after scoring first on the day, he didn't do what I would have done. They didn't really go for it, and that wasn't a one-off thing. So for me, he's not brave enough. I think Alonso is better than him as a manager. I'm maybe subconsciously the fact that I'm a Chelsea fan wields some measure of influence on that opinion of mine. But I'd still choose Xavi over him anytime, any day. For me, you could argue, as much as I'd say that Mourinho isn't progressive enough, I still say that, Arteta isn't progressive enough. So, awkwardly, in my opinion, defensive, way too defensive. They had a lot, you could say they have a lot of attacking players, talents like a Perisic, and you name them. And sometimes he does some stuff you ask, what's going on in his head? I don't think he measures Alonso. Alonso is a much better manager tactically. Even if we're going by what they've won and what they've achieved as managers, he cannot measure Alonso. But what do you think, Jay? Do you want to comment on that?
Well, look, undoubtedly, I think tactically, Xabi Alonso is a better manager. We have seen that at with Leverkusen. He is more tactically astute than Arteta. But we can't really say that he is a better manager than Arteta right now, especially in the Premier League. When he's just arrived, it would be wrong to say that because time is a big factor, right? Uh, you cannot replace what time gives you as an advantage. Arteta has spent, I think, around 8 years in the Premier League now, uh, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 7 or 8 years. So that is a big advantage. Even Pep Guardiola, it took for him 2, 3 years to, capture the Premier League for the first time. So time is something that is a big advantage, which Arteta and all other managers would have over Xabi Alonso right now. But with time, with a season under his belt, I'm pretty sure that Xabi Alonso would be much better than almost all of these managers, tactically as well as the experience that he's got in the league. So that is where I am a bit,
And you could
ridged
argue
now because
a better record than all of them, right? Maybe
Arteta or
except
Xabi.
Maresca because he won the Club World Cup before going. You could say because a global trophy and the domestic trophy.
Yeah,
If you want to be, you could say start being technical about it. But go ahead.
even Xavi Alonso reached the semi-final of Club World Cup with Real Madrid, so he was not that far behind. He had a good tournament as well, and he played some decent teams in the on the way to the semi-final. So he's a
It
good
was
manager,
PSG.
definitely
It
a good
was
manager.
PSG that beat them, right?
Yeah, PSG.
All right. Thank you so much for that. He says, bro, Ramo Boyan says, bro, Chelsea need a goalkeeper, Diogo Costa of Porto. I like Diogo Costa. I've seen rumors suggesting we're interested in signing him, but as we've heard, I don't know. I'm not sure whether to believe that or not. Some are suggesting that Alonso wants to look at the goalkeepers he has available to him before deciding whether we should go for one. I'm not sure whether to believe that or not. Sportswire says it is seen in one of the videos Xabi Alonso shouting, "No long balls." Xavi focuses on control. I like close. That I sound like keeping it close. Not not a coach, but yeah, I like keeping it close. I think he helps you. That is, you don't just go for long ball, except if you're certain he helps displace the opposition player, opponent players, the opponents or maybe opposition players. Yeah, to get closer to the final third possession and quick progression. Yep, verticality. Van Hickey has 10% sell-on clause too, but in our case, no sell-on clause. Who? No. I don't know. Is that sell-on clause? We didn't hear anything. I think it was Rogers. No sell-on clause on Rogers' case, which makes it an even greater deal, actually. Which makes it an excellent purchase for that, even for £117 million. The fact that there are no clauses, it's just, yeah, that's it. That's the price. We're done. All right, let's see. Hello to you too, Maza93. I can't complain any day above ground. It's a good day. Chelsea has to do something about Alonso because he has too much aura. I'll take it. And Yakin says, how do you take being reminded of bad takes like thinking João Pedro and the lap and good enough to excel in this team? I don't even understand what you're saying. And I did not compare João Pedro and the lap. And when did I say that both are good enough? Remind me what I said so I can maybe defend myself. But I don't have to agree with you. By the way, I do not agree with you. And I believe the lap will still leave as long as Emera is available and stays. I do believe the lap leaves, and I think he'd be better off leaving for his own good. And this is not the first time I'm saying that. I've said it like 20 times since the start of the transfer window, but I don't have energy for troubles this evening. Yakon, please. I don't trust our goalkeepers. It's up to the manager, really. Also, Alonso went invisible, which shows that his in-game management is very elite, very proactive, in my opinion. Completing a season without losing a single game, made it to the final of what competition was that? Was it the Europa League or the Conference League? I can't quite remember.
Yeah, I think it was.
But he won a domestic double. More importantly,
yeah.
Made it. Was it the Conference League or the Europa League? Ademola Lookman scored a hat trick in that game.
Not sure, but he lost the final. Maybe
he lost the final. So yeah, but the fact that he made it to the final of that European competition and won a domestic double, the second trophy in Germany confirms that yeah, him winning the Bundesliga without losing a single game wasn't by luck. After this Palace fullback, Bluco has spent 300 million this summer. Does it matter? I controlled myself there. It doesn't matter. How much have they brought in? Does it matter? Are you only paying attention? You only, even when we're doing what you do, you don't seem like you want us to even sign good players. You just need a reason to complain. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. He says Bluco will spend more, so I recommend you prepare your justification after certain clubs accumulate a better season than us. You see? So you actually, for me, how I read this comment is that you want us to fail. So you can come back and say, even after spending that much money, we still don't do well. Jesus Christ. All right, Jay, no worries. I'll be all right. I'm rounding off. I think we've come to the end of the show. Actually, nothing out there except for what we have here. Let me see what Chelsea Dodgers have here. Give me a second here. I don't think there's much. He said Justin Quenda would join the preseason tour in Asia. So that confirms that his injury was nothing serious, actually. Maybe he just needed to stay with the doctors to take care of him. And if you haven't heard, Jesse Derry scored a beautiful goal today. And Quenda did celebrate with them, a screenshot and something like that. And we've already addressed the Como thing. I'm tired. All right. It's a good thing that you don't have the energy today, too. Let's leave our fight for another day. Yakon, please. Yakon, I know you've lost the club too, but I think you're overdoing it, man. Jesus Christ. All right. I want to say thank you to all of you for finding the time to join the conversation. Thanks to our senior panelist, Bobby, who at the time should be in bed, but did find time to join us to ensure you get diversified opinion. And my bro, Jay, thank you for joining. Yakon, thank you for always here pulling my legs. You and I are gonna slug it out as outside someday. CFC Gamers, thank you for all the delicious comments. Sincerely do appreciate you. I cannot thank you enough. And yeah, Ramo Boyan, thank you for joining the conversation. Who else was here? And Sportswire BJ, thank you for joining the conversation. Sincerely do appreciate you. CFC Game, I've said hello to you. And Deals CFC was also here. Vic, my bro, stopped by to say hello. And if I miss your name, apologies, I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all. Cheers.
Good, guys.
From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Those stories living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. When the pressure comes down hard, we don't flinch, we play our part. Every scar on the badge says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame. Just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know. We don't chase a moment, we are the whole. Hands up high, voice up loud. Same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our name, this is our skin. Yeah. Ooh. Blue till the end, blue till the end. Loyalty stays even through the storm.
From the bridge to the stand, I carry that crest in my hand. Rain on my shoulders, still I stand. Tell me who wears it like we can. Mud on the boots, heart of gold. Old stories, living in the cold. Every name that the walls still hold. I was born for this, I was told. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold. We were cut from that we play our part. Every scar on the back says more than 1,000 songs before. From the first whistle to the last, we remember where we came from fast. No throne, no crown, no borrowed fame, just a city calling out that name. Hear that roll in the air, feel that fire everywhere. We don't bend, we don't fold, we were cut from that blue gold. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our land, this is our skin. Let the whole ground shake, let the whole world know we don't chase a moment, we are the hope. Hands up high, voice up loud, same old pride, same crowd. Blue till the end, blue till the end. We rise again, we rise again. Blue till the end, blue till the end. This is our land, this is our skin. Blue till the end, blue till the end. Loyalty stay, even through the storm. Still blue.
Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford Breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams.